The Dungeon Master is a dark fantasy isekai with heavy psychological undertones that play a large role in the manner in which the characters interact with not only each other, but the world itself. The story starts in a rather cliche manner, with the MC suddenly being transported to another world by a large-chested goddess-like character. Starting weak, the MC utilizes his skills to conquer his first obstacle, starting his adventure. Or not. The story undercuts this standard approach by having the MC's limitations removed. Basically, the MC lacks the essential parts of his plot armor that is supposed to protect him from failure. He lives in mediocrity, in a detestable existence with no independent agency, locked in a world that has suffering as a natural aspect of its reality. The MC's only real special trait is that he is seemingly the sole person in the world that is capable of empathy and pursuing goals that aren't filled with self-interest and selfishness. This reality of selfishness is also present in how people in the world live their existence, as every one of them truly exists as a soul stone that inhabits a body that is not always their own. People can essentially steal others' bodies to gain a better existence by tearing out their soul stone and implanting their own. As this has resulted in children of high-class races, like demons, being extremely protective of their children who are vulnerable to these selfish body swaps. Much of why everything happens and the motivations behind characters are hidden, as each character, save for the MC, is pursuing their own selfish goals in this dark world. This difference in morality and psychology results in a feeling of isolation and alienation for the MC, as he exists in a world so different from his own. The contrast between this and other isekai is referenced in how other characters talk about past otherworlders being powerful and living a life of glory and adventure, while the MC is weak and lives in slavery. The art is colorful with a bias towards faded, darker colors. It does at times depict female characters as very attractive, which at times makes one reflect on the nature of how, in this world, people are not always living in the bodies they are born with. My immediate criticism for the story would be the tendency to stagnate, as the MC's suffering and squalor and mediocrity at times can become really boring to the reader, which will want the plot to progress already and move on. Characters also lack significant depth, as they often lack any motivation for their actions or backstory as to who they are. Overall, an okay manhwa. The alterations of the formula you see in isekai worlds with this one, if dark fantasy, body horror, psychology, and isekai all bundled into one sounds interesting, then give it a shot, but expect a very slow burn.